Yo, what's up? You are now tuned in to Give Me a Second Sports. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to find more content just like this.
But one of the big things going on right now, man, is Ja Morant is back. He had 33 points in his first game. I believe he had the game winning, I don't know, it was layup, teardrop. But like I said, Ja Morant is back, and currently, where they sitting at? Where the Grizzlies sitting at, Ray? I know you know.
They down there at the bottom of the standard. I don't.
They're like 6
The
and
bottom,
19.
they probably got
They're like 6
yeah,
and
they probably got like the third worst record in the West. I think it's
Yep.
safe to say third or fourth worst record in the West. So do you guys think the Grizzlies can make the play-in or the playoffs? Even with that being said, what you think, Rob?
First of all, I want to say shout out to Ja Morant. Number one, to be able to bounce back, to be able to be a man and own the failures to a certain degree, the shortfalls to a certain degree, and still come back and be an immediate contributor to your team. That says a lot. And he didn't even do it from an egotistical kind of way. He did it in a way where he was a leader of the highest order. He came in and was effective immediately. Was a little winded, but he said it in the post game. He called his number. And he, and the team believed in him too. So there was something that he was doing while off the court that still cemented himself as the leader in that locker room for them to trust him with the last shot. And everybody conceded to what that looks like. Before I even answer the part about them making the playoffs, you got to remember that they were 56 and 28 last year, something like that. They were 56 and 28, second seed in the West. And I believe that they were a closer away from not being in the hunt this year. That said, I personally believe that they can get to the play-in. I think they can get to the play-in at number 10. Have a little bit of luck that happens on their side because you got teams like the Rockets who may fall off. I think the Rockets are in the bottom 7 through 10 seed right now. And I believe that they, number one, Memphis go on a run. I think they're playing tonight. They're playing the Pacers tonight, and I think they're winning that game right now. That'll be 2 back-to-back. They go on a quick run, win 5 or 6 games, and any team that's in front of them lose 3 or 4 games, which they all have the potential to do. LA Lakers, we ain't talked about them yet. The Golden State Warriors, because of suspensions and injuries and things like that. They are in position because they got young legs, they got energy, they got their star player back. I think, not to say that I don't want the teams that I just mentioned to make the playoffs, but I think to say that they can't make number 10 is a stretch. They could literally do it. And we have to remember the Lakers when they started off last year and the push they were able to make after the NBA All-Star break. I think anything is possible if they win 4 or 5 games back to back and the right team loses 3 or 4 games back to back. But again, shout out to Ja. I'm glad he's back. I hope he got the help that he was looking for. He looks like I don't want to say he looks like a different individual because I don't want to give him too much credit before, he's had the opportunity to mess some things up. But I'm all about, praising people while they're up and not kicking them while they're down. And I think as a community, as a basketball community, we came down hard on them because, there's certain peoples in certain communities that are counting on him. But and he stepped up to the plate. He did his thing and he came back. And not only did they win the game, but he proved that he's still the closer for that basketball team. And so I believe they're 5 or 6 wins in a row away from getting back into the play-in contention.
So before you go, Ray, I do want to say something, man. It's weird. Last year, and maybe the last 2 years, I want to say, when Ja was hurt, everybody was saying, that they could possibly, be a better team without Ja. I want to know where all those people went, first of all. And second of all, I'd like to say, I think they said he set the record for most after missing that many games, having the most points in a game after missing that much time. So I think that was pretty cool to break that record. What you think, right?
They make a record about anything in the league, but
you got somebody. Hey, you got somebody that sit in the truck and that's all they do, man. They just come up with, hey, man, he scored the most points in the odd number of seconds in NBA history. Like you got somebody that sit in the truck, I believe, and come up with that type of stuff, man. I'm not sure. What you got, Ray?
I was just looking while you said that. I wanted to see what Mike did when he came back after missing all that time because he's the GOAT or whatever. No, man, I'm kind of indifferent, man, about this Ja Morant situation.
What did he do since you look?
19. Yeah, 19. I'm kind of indifferent, man. When Rob says, he learned, and shout out to him, and he owned it. Well, he ain't really got no choice but to own it at this point. Yeah, I mean, he don't have a choice but to own it. Good for him, man, that he played well. We'll see, right? Like, we'll see. Yes, the basketball community came down hard on him, and I think he deserved every bit of it, right? And I only think he deserved the backlash he got because it was like time number 2 in a very short time frame. Like, I remember us doing a hot take on it, and it was like, yo, like, you just did something crazy, and they gave you a slap on the wrist. He got like 8 games. And then it wasn't even 2 weeks later, man. It was like for the exact same thing. It was like, bro, okay. Like, I mean, so, I mean,
Right.
man, we know he can hoop. So kudos to him, man, for the performance he put on when he came back. And tonight they're about to beat Indiana right now. So 2 in a row. As for can they make the, let me first start off by saying how much I hate to play in. Can we start there? Like, I hate to play in. I think it's stupid. You have 82 games to be top 8, right? Out of 15 teams. So it's 32 teams in the league and 16 getting in. Half the league getting in. No other sport. You mean, like, we talking half, bro. You only got to be amongst the top half of the league, right? Not the top third, not the top quarter, top half. And now they're extending that to 20 teams have a chance out of 32. Comes to what? 10 out of 16, 5 out of 8. 5 out of every 8 teams is getting in. So, or getting a chance, right?
Where did the Lakers finish last year?
I think
ninth.
I think
I'm just asking.
Right. Yeah, but my opinion don't change because my opinion don't change because my team benefited from it. Right? It's not.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think that's impressive that a team was 9. They wouldn't have been in normally, and they made the Western Conference Finals. I mean, I think that's impressive.
Yeah, but like, they shouldn't have been there, right? They shouldn't have been there, right? Like, the league gives you 82 games to be one of the top 8 teams. When COVID happened and they came up with the plan, it made sense because the schedule got all jacked up. Some teams played more, some teams played less. So it's like, okay, since we didn't play a full 82, these teams right here that under normal circumstances would have still had a shot to get in that top 8, we're going to create this format to at least give you a chance to play your way in. Got it. Now you got your 82 back. And I would say this, if they're going to keep it, there needs to be a caveat, right? If the 8th team finishes with 48 wins and the number 9 and 10 team got 32 wins, bruh, you don't get to, I finished 16 games ahead of you. I did my job for 82. And now you go out and have a lucky game winner, and now we at home when we finish with 50 wins and you finish with 35. So I don't like it. Can they? Rob talked about teams falling out. Houston is the only team I see that can fall out that top 10. And Golden State is sitting at 11 right now. I see Golden State taking Houston's place in that top 10. And the rest of them I can't see falling out. I think I'm not, I had it pulled up. I think my camera looked like it was glitching, so I closed all my internet windows. But I saw
ain't no look like it.
No, you got Houston at 9, Phoenix at 10, Warriors at 11.
So let me see. Utah. But I'm talking about the top. Forget Utah. I'm talking about the top 10. Minnesota, Sacramento, Denver, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Pelicans, the Suns, and there's one more in the top 8. Who did I miss?
Dallas.
That's 8. Houston, still missing 1. Point being, like, I don't foresee them knocking anybody. I think Houston's gonna fall out, and then I think the other 10 is who it'll be, right? So no, I don't think they can make it. But if they did, I don't know, man. I hate to play in. I hate the entire idea. Like, I just think it's goofy to play 82 games and then say, okay, we're gonna give you one more chance.
I see what you're saying. I see Houston falling, and I think, again, I hate to say it, but New Orleans Pelicans and the Golden State Warriors are injuries away from it happening to them too. And I say that because I know we're gonna cover it in a little while, but Zion. And if Zion doesn't keep himself healthy in a particular way, he's been able to do a lot of great things on the court this year. But health. And we already know this is a health-driven league. I think it was 2 or 3 seasons ago where the Lakers were in the top 3 and LeBron caught an ankle injury and they dropped all the way down to 7 or 8. So we
I
already
believe it
know
was a hamstring or growing, something like that. But
something.
you're right.
Yeah.
I know what you're
And so
saying. Same thing.
what I'm saying is that everybody is an injury away from losing 6 or 7, 8, 9, or 10 in a row. And the Memphis Grizzlies, they have the legs because Ja has had those 25 games, unfortunately from a suspension. He has the vigor, he has the legs, he has the excitement, he has the team's energy on his back. And I'm not saying that they will, I'm saying they can. And it wouldn't be far-fetched for me because I don't know what Draymond's going to like when he comes back. I don't know if Klay's going to be able to hold up all season long. Now, I do know Steph Curry is the type of player because we've seen him do it with everybody alongside him injured and still find a way to get there to get into the playoffs. So I get what you're saying there. But I don't know if the Pelicans can do it without Zion. They've already proven themselves to not be able to do it. We already know the Rockets. So that's 3 teams right there that I could see slipping. And if Memphis makes it interesting, this could be a dogfight all the way down to the end.
Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Give Me a Second Sports for more content just like this.